Life in prehistoric times was a relentless struggle against the forces of nature, where survival depended on wit, cooperation, and an intimate understanding of the environment. Early humans faced challenges that would seem insurmountable by today's standards, yet their ingenuity and adaptability laid the foundation for all human civilization that followed. The daily existence of prehistoric humans was dominated by the constant search for food. Unlike modern humans who can visit a grocery store, our ancestors spent the majority of their waking hours hunting, gathering, and foraging. They developed sophisticated knowledge of seasonal patterns, learning when certain fruits ripened, where animals migrated, and which plants were safe to consume. Women typically gathered roots, berries, nuts, and edible plants, while men often pursued larger game. This division of labor was crucial for survival, as it maximized the group's ability to secure diverse food sources and spread the risk of failure across different activities. Hunting required exceptional skill and courage. Armed with primitive spears, clubs, and eventually bows and arrows, early humans faced formidable predators and prey. Mammoths, saber-toothed cats, cave bears, and other dangerous animals posed constant threats. Successful hunts required careful planning, teamwork, and often days of tracking. The ability to make and maintain tools was literally a matter of life and death. Stone tools had to be carefully crafted and regularly sharpened, while wooden implements required knowledge of which trees provided the strongest, most flexible materials. Shelter was another critical survival need. Early humans initially relied on natural formations like caves, overhanging rocks, and dense forests for protection. As they developed more sophisticated skills, they began constructing temporary shelters using animal hides, branches, and stones. These structures had to protect against harsh weather, wild animals, and provide warmth during cold seasons. The discovery and control of fire revolutionized human survival, providing warmth, protection from predators, a means to cook food, and the ability to extend productive hours into the night. Climate presented perhaps the greatest challenge. Ice ages brought bitter cold that lasted for millennia, forcing humans to develop warm clothing from animal furs and find ways to maintain fires in harsh conditions. Seasonal changes meant feast or famine cycles, with abundant summer months followed by desperate winter shortages. Early humans had to develop food preservation techniques, learning to smoke meat, dry fruits, and store nuts and grains for lean times. Disease and injury were constant threats with no modern medical knowledge or treatments available. A broken bone, infected wound, or serious illness often meant death. Infant and maternal mortality rates were extremely high, and life expectancy rarely exceeded 30 years. However, archaeological evidence suggests that prehistoric communities did care for their sick and injured, indicating early forms of compassion and social cooperation. Social organization was essential for survival. Small bands of related individuals shared resources, knowledge, and protection. Leadership likely emerged based on hunting prowess, wisdom, or spiritual authority. Communication evolved from basic gestures and sounds to complex language systems that allowed for the transmission of crucial survival information across generations. Stories, songs, and rituals preserved knowledge about dangerous plants, animal behavior, weather patterns, and successful hunting techniques. The development of clothing represented a major advancement in human survival capability. Learning to tan hides, sew with bone needles, and create fitted garments allowed humans to survive in climates that would otherwise be deadly. This technological advancement enabled human migration into new territories and climatic zones, spreading our species across the globe. Water sources dictated where communities could establish themselves. Rivers, lakes, and springs provided not only drinking water, but also attracted game animals and supported edible plants. However, these same water sources could become death traps during floods or droughts. Understanding seasonal water patterns and having backup sources was crucial for long-term survival. Competition with other human groups added another layer of complexity to prehistoric life. Resources were limited, and territorial disputes could mean the difference between survival and starvation. Archaeological evidence suggests both cooperation and conflict between different groups, with trade networks developing alongside territorial boundaries. Despite these overwhelming challenges, prehistoric humans demonstrated remarkable resilience and innovation. They developed art, music, spiritual beliefs, and complex social structures. Cave paintings reveal sophisticated understanding of animal anatomy and behavior, while burial practices indicate deep emotional bonds and possibly beliefs about afterlife. These achievements occurred while facing daily survival pressures that modern humans can barely imagine. The legacy of prehistoric human survival strategies continues to influence us today, reminding us of our species' incredible capacity for adaptation, cooperation, and innovation in the face of seemingly impossible odds. Trichlord can make mistakes. Please double-check responses.